Every parent's been there. You and your kids want to start something that sounds cool, but is it really a good fit? For us, that's 3D printing.
It can't be that hard, right?
We'll find out. I'm confident I can learn it, but the real test is whether Evan can actually run the printer by himself and enjoy it.
Challenge accepted. And we're gonna build me an Iron Man suit now.
That's the end goal, but first, we're gonna figure out if 3D printing is something families can learn and have fun doing together. We're gonna talk about it, so stick around.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Evan.
And I'm Ryan.
Welcome to the Bonding Blueprint.
So here's what this video series is about. We're starting from very little knowledge and learning how to 3D print as a parent and kid team.
Plus, I want to know if it's actually fun for kids to do on their own.
Exactly. I'll be doing a lot of research ahead of time so I can teach Evan along the way. Hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel and go on that journey with us.
So if you're a parent thinking about getting a 3D printer, you'll get to see what it's really like for families to use one.
We'll cover everything from the first setup to designing our own parts, all leading toward our big goal, building Evan a full working cosplay Iron Man suit.
Maybe even you.
Maybe me if there's enough time.
We could build him one.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'll really be the only actual super cool Iron Man.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, my Iron Man would be mediocre compared to your super cool Iron Man.
So it would be like a low to medium to high. Mine would be high and yours would be like medium or something.
Oh, well, at least you didn't put me down to low.
Low.
Evan and I have actually been talking about getting into 3D printing for a few years now. The first time it came up was after we watched the first Iron Man movie together.
Yeah, that was awesome. I remember saying how cool it would be to have my own Iron Man suit.
Right? And that kind of kicked off the idea. I had a resin printer years ago and even ran a small side business printing tabletop miniatures.
But you've never tried the kinds that prints with plastic, right?
No, that's correct. Yeah, and that's what we're getting into now, also called filament or FDM 3D printing. I always wanted to try it, but Evan was a bit too young when we first started talking about it.
Yeah, I was probably like 5 or 6 back then.
Yeah, exactly. And now that he's older and we've been doing more engineering style projects like building things with motors and electricity and real tools, it feels like the right time to dive in.
So now we can finally make my Iron Man suit.
That's right. That's the plan, but we're gonna start small, learn the process, and see if 3D printing is something kids can really do from start to finish. So let's quickly talk about the big goal, building Evan his own Iron Man suit.
It's gonna be awesome. Lights, moving parts, maybe even voice control if we can figure it out.
That's definitely the dream, but it's not something we're doing all at once. The plan is to learn everything we can by printing smaller items and parts first.
So kind of like learning to build the suit in stages.
Before we start printing anything, we need to set up our 3D printing space. So we've decided to move the Lego city that we were building into Evan's room upstairs so we can use the space downstairs for 3D printing instead.
It's a pretty good trade-off. Most of my Lego collection is upstairs in my room anyways, so that makes sense.
You don't really need a huge workshop to get started with 3D printing. Just enough space for a printer, some workspace for processing parts, and then a little bit of storage for materials and tools.
I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Yeah, same here. Let's get started on some room prep. All right, so we are currently in our, what was once a workout room, then turned into a Lego city. We're converting this room into kind of like a little workshop for 3D printing, some of the other stuff that we have planned for the channel. So first, we gotta move some stuff.
Oh, and also, you might have seen Tiggy in the previous videos.
Our TBB mascot.
Yeah, he's our mascot.
You'll see Tiggy sometimes hiding in our videos.
Yeah.
So if you find Tiggy in the video, leave a comment down below of where you saw him, because sometimes he makes little sneak appearances, hiding on the camera, things like that.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
We are going to quickly clean up this space, get all of the Lego pieces upstairs. We're gonna clean out, this was also where we dried Evan plays hockey, I coach. So we're gonna clean up all the hockey stuff and move that into a different room so we can kind of clear up this space. And then we're going to be building 3 pieces of Ikea BROR, B-R-O-R. I'll show it on the screen here. And we're gonna be putting those together. There'll be little workbenches, a cart for where the printer is gonna sit in front of the in front of the window for when we need to exhaust fumes out, stuff like that. Parents, don't sleep on letting your kids help you with furniture assembly, right? That was probably one of the early things that Evan started helping with when it came to projects. Yeah. That's kind of what got Evan into using tools and learning how to use screwdrivers and drills and stuff like that. So we're gonna get our space ready for 3D printing, and then we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so we cleaned up the space. So we bought 3 different pieces of Ikea furniture. The first one that we're gonna assemble is the wheelie cart. So it's really just a workstation with really heavy duty casters on it. And we got that one so we can put the 3D printer on it. You need to get behind the printer from time to time to feed filament into it. And there's also what they call the poop chute. When it's purging filament from the printer, it puts it down what's called the poop chute, which just flings it right out the back. But we're gonna put this together and I'll zip through it on YouTube. I get it, these are cheap and they're made to just be assembled and fought with or whatever. So what we're trying to do now is hold the shelf in the air, aligned with holes, to put this little corner bracket and holding it into the corner of the metal while trying to hold also a metal shelf in place and feed a screw in at the same time. Like, pretty ridiculous. Like, instead of providing these cheap little brackets, they could have just welded nuts onto the back of these and then you just screw them in, right? So it's cheap manufacturing, and that's why it's a love-hate relationship with Ikea. So, you know, if the printer's on here and the print head's moving, it's gonna do this, which I'm concerned about. Now, once you put somebody else, so before buying these, I researched these. I'm a researcher and I like to make sure what we're buying is something decent. A lot of people said these are fine, but you have to put really heavy stuff on the shelf below, which is why I was thinking the battery backup. Worst comes to worst, we can put the printer not on the wheel cart and put the printer on. I got a cart like this, but it's longer, it's stationary. I like it, it's good size. I'm concerned about the wobbliness of the casters for the printer. We finished the BROR cart. Cart feels a little more wobbly than I'd like, so I'm really interested to build. The next one we're gonna build is just the static workbench without the drawers underneath it and see how that turns out. So we're gonna build that now. We'll talk about Ikea furniture and how frustrating it was at some point. Annoying. It was pretty frustrating to put that together, as most Ikea furniture ends up being, but it's together, and now we kind of know what to expect. I have a feeling the rest of them are gonna go together almost exactly the same. Yeah. So we're gonna pause the video. We're gonna go grab the box in the other room, bring it back here, and start putting together the next one, and we'll be back. All right, so not a lot different with this one, pretty similar to the cart, except it doesn't have casters on it. Assembles the same way. The same annoying brackets are here, the same annoying screws trying to line up the holes. Still all the same pain points. We got a little more efficient with it, so it went pretty fast, but pretty much same old with this. So we're probably, I'll put it down in the bottom once I look at the footage and analyze how long it was. Probably 30 minutes of build for that. The wheelie cart was probably similar, maybe longer because we did. And so maybe that the wheelie cart probably took a little longer because of the wheels. Anyway, my classy kid and I, we're gonna pause the video, go grab the next box and bring it in here and start getting the next build done. Okay, the drawer build took pretty much twice as long as the other builds, really just because you had to put together 5 drawers and the side rail brackets. What I find amusing here is the thing that I was complaining about in the other 2 builds, where instead of having the little annoying brackets, you could actually have the nuts attached to the drawer rails, and that is what they did on these. All right, so that's a good place to wrap up for today. The room's cleaned up, the new workbenches are built, and overall, I'm happy with how everything turned out, even if it was way more frustrating than expected.
Yeah, those things were like so hard to build.
They were. I'll be honest, I thought for the price, the Ikea workbenches would have been easier to assemble and a little sturdier. Once everything's tightened down, they're solid, but getting there was not fun. They could have been engineered way better.
Yeah, the one with wheels wobbles a bit too.
Yeah, and that's the one I'm going to be keeping my eye on. It's meant to hold the printer, but it's got some play in it. I read that if you put enough weight on the lower shelf, it helps keep it stable so that it doesn't move around while the printer's running. We'll test that once the printer's set up.
At least now we can roll it around if we need to move stuff and get to the back of the printer.
Yeah, exactly. Despite the assembly struggle, I think it's going to work fine for what we need right now.
So what's next?
Next, we'll be unboxing our new printer, the Bambu Lab H2S, and going through the setup to get our first prints going, and that is when the real fun starts.
I cannot wait to see it print something.
If you want to see how it turns out, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it.
Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Hope you come back for the unboxing.